Achieving historic statewide and local victories, the Christian Family Coalition has continued to accomplish the impossible against all odds.
A man in Jacksonville, Florida beat a 9-year-old girl in a Best Buy bathroom because he was granted access. And let me just point out to you several instances. In Miami-Dade County, I have a statement from a mother, Sobeida Medina, whose daughter was raped, yes, by a boy who says he is a girl. In St. Petersburg, Florida, a man, a transsexual, cross-dressing man, was sentenced for battery because a woman questioned his presence in the women's restroom.
To protect all of our families from becoming victims of crimes by men using women's facilities, CFC requested State Representative Frank Artiles to file HB 583. The bill was overwhelmingly approved by 2 Florida House subcommittees after CFC Florida speakers testified in support of the proposed legislation.
We need this legislation. This is about privacy. This is about dignity. This is about safety. And we urge you to vote yes on HB 583. It will move Florida forward. Thank you.
On the pro-life front, CFC Florida lobbied dozens of legislators for their support of HB 633, a bill requiring a 24-hour waiting period before an abortion. Our efforts resulted in 27 co-sponsors being added to the proposed legislation. This was the only pro-life bill approved in 2015. Florida now joins 27 states requiring a waiting period for an abortion. We commend the sponsors of this bill for their courageous stand. For yet another year, a statewide proposal to add sexual orientation and gender identity to Florida's Civil Rights Act failed to receive a single hearing in Tallahassee. CFC Florida has consistently led the effort to defeat this discriminatory legislation. On June 26, 2015, the U.S. Supreme Court issued its long-awaited decision on marriage. Christian Family Coalition Florida was the #1 news source for reaction from the Christian community. Bilingual media outlets from newspaper, radio, and television reached out exclusively to CFC Florida for our reaction. During the summer of 2015, we took on Planned Parenthood Florida and won. CFC Florida publicly called on Florida Governor Rick Scott to investigate them. Due to undercover videos that showed Planned Parenthood's Senior Director of Medical Services sharing the group's practice of selling the body parts of unborn children.
Has a specific need for a certain portion of the products of conception, and we bake that into our contract.
Florida became the 11th state to investigate Planned Parenthood for selling aborted babies. Thank you, Governor. 2 weeks after the investigation, the state health department reportedly found Planned Parenthood abortion clinics illegally doing second trimester abortions, the kinds of abortions that allow the body parts of aborted babies to be gathered for sale. On October 7th, CFC Florida mobilized nearly 24 pastors to testify in support of the Florida Pastor Protection Act in Tallahassee. It was overwhelmingly approved by the House Civil Justice Subcommittee by a vote of 9-4. The bill protects pastors from performing any marriages that violate their convictions. CFC Florida also teamed up with Alliance Defending Freedom, the nation's largest Christian legal organization, hosting 9 marriage protection conferences.
This is why I tell you, church, do not compromise. Do not negotiate. You continue to do your weddings. You continue to bless and solemnize those weddings with one caveat. 1 man and 1 woman. That's what you're doing.
We trained over 1,000 pastors on how to legally protect themselves from homosexual marriage. As a result of our victories and marriage protection conferences, our membership grew by a stunning 27% in 1 year. We also expanded from 4 to 9 counties in Florida. In May 2015, Anthony Verdugo received the prestigious Vision and Excellence Award. In 2015, CFC Florida also joined a panel of community leaders and elected officials to discuss the Supreme Court's decision on marriage and its impact on the church. Finally, on December 11, 2015, CFC Florida hosted its 12th anniversary gala dinner with over 300 supporters. Featuring the following speakers: Florida Lieutenant Governor Carlos Lopez Cantera.
And I also want to thank Anthony for his passion I had been there and seen Anthony when not many other people were around to support him, fighting for the causes that we all care about. When it wasn't the popular thing to do, when the cameras were not present, when the reporters were not present, but Anthony was there fighting. So I thank Anthony for his hard work and his undying dedication.
Florida Congressman Ron DeSantis and David Jolly, along with businessmen Todd Wilcox and Ernie Rivera. 2015, a year marked with battles and victories, not only came to a close, but catapulted us into 2016.